really, this time builds some really intense consequences. In other words,
Okay.
We usually recommend that you do the tiered response, like the first one's not going to be as bad, the second one's worse. But because you've done this so many times, you may make it, one and done. Like, if I find any of these things, and here's the next thing that's going to happen, and it's not just going to be that you're going to be out of the house, and I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you ideas, okay? That's when I'm going straight to the attorney, and things are going to happen, and therefore, you need to know that while I have been very gracious and merciful in the past, I can't do that anymore, because my being gracious and merciful, rather than helping you and helping our family, has actually worked out the other way. And so for the sake of our children, the sake of you, the sake of me, no grace, no mercy. Here's what's going to happen, and I will do it. Now, if you do that, if you say that, you have to do that. You do know that, right?
Right. Yes, and that's the part I have a hard time with.
I know you do, but you were strong enough to give an ultimatum, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not. It's not that. I think and another whole aspect of it is I truly do believe he's mentally ill. I mean, I truly do believe this is that he's not healthy right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of the issue is he is on the medication, and whether that is starting to work and whether that's having any impact. So that does, I guess, create some leniency in me that I wish I didn't have.
Right. So how long has he been on the medication?
It'll be 4 weeks on Sunday or Saturday.
Okay. And it was an SSRI, if I recall, right? In that case,
no, he actually didn't. He didn't. He had to come off of that, and that. He ended up testing out the opposite, where his serotonin is off the charts high, and his dopamine is non-existent. So he's on dopamine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds contradictory to the research, but I mean, I know you had the study done and the doctors.
When he tested, he clearly told me he was not in limerence at the time, that it was over. And I mean, that's just how it seems, but the research for low dopamine is just like insanely, crazily him. It's just exactly what he is. So.
All right. So the bottom line then is this: you have given an ultimatum, and what you're asking is, all right, no matter what he does, either way, what do I do next? And I think, my friend, that the answer is this: it's either if he moves out, then you will have some peace of mind just by the fact that he's gone. Trust me, that'll happen. Yeah. But you still be kind and gracious to him whenever you see him, up into him. Or if he decides to stay, that you make boundaries stronger and tougher than you ever did before for your own peace of mind. And if there's any violation, I suggest that it come down strong and hard. I know you can do that if you will do that. And you're strong enough, and you've got enough backbone in you, that I think you can take this the way I'll mean it. Don't say you're going to do it if you're not going to do it. You can do it, but make sure in your heart that you know you will if you're going to make those kind of boundaries. Okay. Can you do that?
That's what I'm working on. That's what I'm going to try to. I really am at that point, and I feel
good,
strong and confident that this has to happen. So
yeah, I know
without
you love
giving
that
up completely.
I know.
Yeah.
I know you love that man. And because I got to be around him just a little, I don't think he's a bad man, but I am quite convinced he's a confused man.
Mm-hmm. Very.
Okay.
Very. So.
May God give you great wisdom, my friend. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay. You take care of yourself. All right. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
It looks as if tonight we may, and we got several callers out there, may be having a lot of people that I have actually talked to before. And this next person, because I'm pretty sure I recognize this number, it's over in the other side of Texas. And I had asked him to call me back and tell me what was going to happen. And I'm assuming that's what this call is going to be. Area code 915. Is that you, Aiden?
Yes, Joe, it's me. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. So what happened, my friend?
Well, you won't believe this. I actually started to see vacillation back towards me right when I was just about to. I actually saw an attorney and said, you know what, well, I actually saw 3 attorneys.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them was a gladiator like I liked, but I was kind of getting more at peace with, filing.
Mm-hmm.
I was tired of the valley. I was tired of being in limbo, and you know our story.
Mm-hmm.
But then last Sunday, I pick up the kids, and she's crying. And I didn't say anything. I hugged her, and I said, I hope you're okay. Call me if you need anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I left it at that. And the next morning, I woke up to text messages like, things would be so much easier if I was just back home.
And how did you respond to that, my friend?
Very, very calmly, I just said, well, it is still my hope that all of us are under one roof.
Mm-hmm.
And I left it at that. I didn't get into detail. I didn't
mm-hmm.
go on. I just left it at that.
May I give you a suggestion? Go ahead. All right, what did she say?
She said, I think about that every day.
Okay.
But then I left it at that. And then, okay, go ahead now.
All right, here's my suggestion, my friend. Just a suggestion. You've got to do what you think is right. Because we've talked to each other several times. I'm not going to tell you what to do, right? You know
right.
that. So here's what I suggest. If she opens that kind of door again, sometimes when people do that, Aiden, what they really want is somebody to make the decision for them. And that's when you might do something like this. Okay, unless you tell me no, I'm coming over to get you at 3:00, or I'm coming to get you right now. But always say, if it's okay, this is what I want to do. If it's okay with you, I will. In other words, you make a decision for her without pushing it on her. You understand? Because nobody wants to be controlled or dominated. But if indeed, in her waffling like that vacillation, if indeed she really is at a point where it would just be easier for her if someone made a decision, then very gently and kindly, because you are a gentle and kind man, you say, okay, I understand. If it's okay with you, I'll be there in an hour or 30 minutes or whatever it might be. And then wait for a little response, okay? And if she says, okay, go get her. If she says no, then you text back and say, if you change your mind, let me know. I'll be here. Something like that. So you're not pushing her, but sometimes people just really need somebody to make a decision for them because they're vacillating. And you're a gentle enough man, as I've already said, I'm being a little redundant, you're a gentle enough man that you can do that without being pushy or controlling. Now, I'm not saying you did anything wrong. I'm not saying, wow, man, if you'd have done that. That's not what I'm saying, my friend. I'm not saying that at all.
Right.
I'm just saying if she opens that kind of door again, that's something you might consider doing. Pray about it. I know you're a religious man. Ask God for wisdom. And if that feels right, do it. Okay, what are you thinking? I hear that mind of yours churning over there. I mean, you're way over in Texas and I'm in Tennessee, but I can hear your mind churning. So what are you thinking, my friend?
What I'm thinking is that, I've done so many of the right things to do it, and this program is perfect because you said, they're not responding. And she hadn't responded for 4 months. She just kind of went really cold, really professional. And then right when I was at peace, Joe, I kind of feel like Petra and Richard, right when she was about to give up, she said something would happen. And then this happened. And she's crying, and she's telling me, I didn't ask her what happened. But then I get the text messages, do you have clothes for the kids? I said, no. She goes, if I was at home, everything would be easier, huh? All the clothes would be washed and just things like that. And I don't know what to do. I've been praying for wisdom. And, I told you last time I had a chance to let my wife's affair partner's mom know what was going on indirectly. And I didn't do it. I pulled away because I remember God is a God of justice, and I know that He'll fix it way better than I could ever do it. And it could come back to bite me in the butt, but
absolutely, my friend. Absolutely.
I told my friend not to do it, but I don't know what to do anymore, Joe. It's kind of like she took the kids Halloween trick or treating last night with her affair partner, with this other woman.
Okay. And have you seen any vacillation since that texting the other day? Any at all?
Today, when she dropped off the kids, she hugged me really tight, and I kind of looked in the mirror because we were standing next to the car, and she was closing. She had her eyes closed and a big smile, and she was hugging. She hugged me for a while.
All right, bud. Okay, so I'm going to stick with my suggestion. Even that, I mean, whatever door she opens, my friend, if you feel it's right, if you feel comfortable doing it, don't do it if it doesn't feel right. Just go ahead and offer that. Like, hey, why don't we just do this right now? And just do it in a very gentle, sweet way. But when you will, I've already told you that, so I don't need to keep telling you that. Seriously pray about that and consider that, because if my guess is right, and I'm only guessing, therefore I'm not God, okay? But if my guess is right, and she's vacillating, that might work, but I can't guarantee it will, but it might. And because you'll do it gently, at least hopefully it won't push her the other way, right?
You know what, Joe? I took your advice a long time ago, and it worked, and you told me to start journaling, and I did. And I said, why would she? And you know what? I was at her funeral the other day, Sunday, and I forgot to mention this real quick. And when I dropped off the kids, Joe, I'm sorry, man. I broke down. I didn't cry, beg, or plead, but just seeing them leave, it's hard on me because I love my kids. And she saw that, and I said, I hope she didn't think that was crying, begging, or pleading, but I don't think so. But it's because I miss my kids. And later on that day, Joe, I get a phone call while I'm at the funeral. So I go outside to take the call, and she says, hey, I just wanted to tell you that I love you. Adan, I love you. That's it.
All right,
and then
man.
and then she hung up, and I said, okay. And I just said, I love you too. And that was it. Now, and I'm like, but then yesterday she takes the kids trick-or-treating with her girlfriend.
Yep, but she's vacillating, man. It sure sounds to me like she's in phase 3, but all right, I've got to get at least one more call in, my friend. But listen, you seriously consider that, my friend, okay?
I will.
And as always, let me know what happens, all right?
Yes, sir. God bless you. Thank you, Joe.
God bless you, my friend. And we're going all the way from El Paso to Manhattan, New York. Let's move over there. Hello, New York, 914. You're on the program with us. How can I help you tonight?
Hey, Joe, it's Tina from Westchester.
I don't know why I did not recognize your number, young lady. You're one of my favorite people on planet Earth.
Well,
how are you?
You're one of my favorite people, too. I'm so excited about this show tonight. When I saw it written up that it was going to be aired, I wanted to make sure I called in. And as you know, I've been waiting, standing for my marriage about 4 years. I usually tell people, though, it's really been 2 because I found Marriage Helper last year. We went to the workshop, and that was a huge wake-up call for me. I saw a lot of the things that I wanted to change. I remember teasing Jeff King saying that I would like to drop my husband off on Friday, and I'll be there on Sunday to pick him up. So I'm very glad I went to the workshop so I was able to start the process to heal me and work on me and doing the pies. And then the 10-week course came along in August of last year, and that just further solidified my need to change and help me grow. I don't have any children. As you know, I have a stepson. I've definitely opened the door for him to contact me at any time. It doesn't make it easier that you don't have kids, but I'm grateful that they don't exist. That's for sure.
I understand.
But I have moved on now. I have peace in my heart. I do feel it's better, like you had touched on some points. I feel it's better for him because his destructive behavior now will only destroy himself.
Right.
And it's all on him. I do feel good. I'm not fighting anymore to stop the divorce, so I'm just letting it go through. I believe it will be probably all done in less than a month, which is really amazing. Yeah, it's wow. But I don't look at it as a failure. I look at it as, you know me, I look at it as a success because of all the things that I've learned. And I had a chance to sit down, actually, with my husband about a month ago, and he kept his sunglasses on, but I was looking at him through with my eyes and telling him all the things that I've been achieved and doing and everything, and he has seen it now for over a year. And he even said, he goes, wow, you're going to take all of that and put it into a new relationship. And I went, that's right.